Test, test.
You know, we have our GTD Pro and GTP pole winners here for the Motul Pole Award winners for the 61st Rolex 24 at Daytona. We'll start with Mauro Engel, driver of the number 79 WeatherTech Racing Mercedes-AMG GT3. 1 minute 46.784 seconds was his time. This is his first pole in this competition. Alongside Philip, who was just up here. Mauro did win the 2021 Rolex 24 in the GTD class. His 2023 co-drivers in GTD Pro are Cooper McNeil, Daniel Hugadella, and Jules Cugno. And then again, as I mentioned, Mercedes-AMG swept the top 4 positions of GTD/GTD Pro on the grid. So, Mauro, maybe just tell us about the strength of the Mercedes and what it's looking like as you head into next week, and how important a strong win here would be for this team in particular.
Well, I mean, we definitely have an amazing car, that's for sure. The Mercedes-AMG GT3 is a car that's well adapted to all kinds of form of racing we do in GT racing, so long distance racing, 24-hour racing, as well as the sprint rounds. And it's always a car that is confidence inspiring, gives the driver confidence. So definitely have to thank Mercedes-AMG for that. But also equally, I think all 4 of the teams did a really good job today. I think it's clear when you look at the result sheets that we were told to push. I'm not sure that's the case across the grid. I'm sure there's a few competitors that will suddenly find some pace until next week. But overall, yeah, no, it was a strong job from the team, yeah, some room to improve for us, for me personally, in that qualifying. But obviously, yeah, it was enough for pole, so that's great.
Thanks, Mauro. Let's slide over to your left, to Tom Blomqvist, driver of the number 60 Meyer Shank Racing Acura ARX 06. Tom's best lap was 1 minute 34.031 seconds, which happened on the last lap. It's his 4th IMSA pole. He was the 2022 Rolex 24 Daytona overall winner with this team, and also the 2022 IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship DPI champion. This weekend, or this season's co-drivers here, Colin Brown, Elio Castro-Neves, and Simon Pagenaud. Also, the top 8 GTP cars were covered by 0.815 seconds, and all 4 manufacturers were represented within that. So, Tom, congratulations. Obviously, car has been strong. Seemingly all weekend, you guys have been at the top of the time charts. Tell us a little bit about that, and just as I mentioned, it seems like everybody appears to be fairly close in GTP. What will that make the race look like?
Yeah, firstly, I've got to say, huge well done, and thanks to every single one, all the outfits who've put so much work into this project. HPD, Acura, Orica, MSR, and also WTR. It's clear that they've done a fantastic job, and yeah, obviously I'm the lucky one who gets to drive the car in anger. So yeah, huge thanks to them, and basically well done, because there was so much work that's gone into this project, and we didn't really hit the ground running in anger until October. So they've done a fantastic job. But yeah, that was an exciting session, to be honest. Yeah, there was a red flag came basically before I'd kind of done any proper running. So yeah, I'm very grateful that I was able to at least get 1 lap at it. So yeah, that was probably one of the most, I would say, difficult sessions I've done, because yeah, my tires weren't exactly fully ready, and I didn't have much of a good real reference to go off. So I kind of had to wing that one a little bit, but yeah, it helps that I've had such a fantastic car under me, and everything's been going so well, and it's enabled me to to obviously have a lot of confidence. So yeah, thanks to everyone who's been a part of this project, really.
We're all the way over to the left, John Geese.
Tom, you had changed tires during your run, new rule this year that allows that to happen. Were those scrub tires when you started, or what was the plan behind that?
The plan behind that was literally just to get some temperature and everything. You know, we didn't push on that set, just to kind of like scrub them in a little bit, you know, for the race as well. So that was kind of part of the plan. Obviously, the risk was that, you know, exactly what happened and nearly could have curtailed our qualifying session, but thankfully, you know, there was just enough time for one lap, and yeah, I mean, I don't really know how I did it, but I think, yeah, it just, you know, my life was made obviously easier with the fact that, you know, the car's been quick all week, and I kind of know what I've got underneath me. So yeah, I've got to thank, you know, everyone at MSR and HPD, Acura and Orica, because they've done a fantastic job in the build up to this event.
And what does it mean to get the first pole in this new era?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, you know, there's a lot of enthusiasm around, you know, this new era. It's a lot of excitement, and I think it proves, you know, practice looked like everyone was kind of doing different things, but you can see how close it really is. You know, I don't actually know who's second, but I think the Porsche was obviously right there. So yeah, it's going to be a really exciting season, and I'm really looking forward to it. To be honest, I think it's going to be really exciting times for the sport.
Go to Holly.
Tom, I wanted to have you maybe explain, what were you thinking, what was your heart doing when the red flag came out and you guys went out with, you know, the clock just going down? What was that like for you?
Yeah, I mean, I was actually a bit bummed because I thought it was kind of done for us. And then they said, you know, you can have one lap, and to be honest, I was like, oof. You know, I did get an out lap before, so I had a little bit of tire time, but I was like, this is gonna be exciting. Like, I don't really know what to expect. So I kind of just went for it on the out lap. You know, we're tight for time, and I had to try and like get my way through one car, so I had to kind of like make like a legitimate move on an out lap, which was, you know, is always not really nice when you're you know, trying to prepare for a qualifying lap. But yeah, I think you know, I just kind of, you know, I was lucky that I had, you know, such a smooth, you know, running in terms of the car's been really good, and we haven't really had to do too many changes to the setup, so I kind of knew what I had. But today the track conditions were very different with the wind and the heat. So yeah, I just had to literally just send it and kind of, you know, rely on my instincts and you know, some references that I've had obviously over the days gone by. But yeah, that wasn't a session I'd really want to do again. And to be honest, I nearly messed it up big time when I got to the bus stop. Just carried a bit too much speed and nearly lost the car. But thankfully managed to survive that. But yeah, it's cool. That was a real fun session, and although it could have gone really badly, you know, it was just nice to see all the excitement, and everyone's super happy, because you don't understand how much work, you know, everyone's put into this project. It's been insane, and there's super long days at the base, back at, you know, the factory. Everyone's been working non-stop.
And real quick, a follow-up to that, you guys have been fast in every session. Was that what you expected when you showed up here, or, you know, what has been kind of the surprise as you look at the class?
I would say, you know, we were pretty confident. You know, the first time we hit the track with our car, we knew we had a decent package. You know, as a driver, you figure those things out quite quickly. You know, it reacts to changes. It doesn't do anything weird behind the wheel. You don't have to drive it in some super unconventional style. It does what you kind of need it to do, which, you know, in years gone by, and my experience is, you know, when that happens, you know, you've got some real great potential to work with, and you know, that's just credit to everyone who's, you know, gone through the whole design process, you know, from the drawing board to the real product. They've obviously done their homework and given us this great car. But yeah, it's always obviously, you know, there's a bit of pressure in the system when you've kind of topped every session. To be honest, it's not like we've been hiding anything. We've kind of obviously showed what, you know, basically thereabouts what we got. But yeah, it was nice to do. Just keep the pool, you know, keep that top spot for a little bit longer. So yeah, at least the guys are going to be, you know, happy in this, and you know, the morale's going to be good within the team now, all the way until we start racing on Saturday next week.
Go to John Norwitz. Right here. Sorry.
Amaro, no split field in the GTs here. You've got 3 GTDs ahead of you. And the whole, it's more mixed up than it usually is, it seems. Will that affect the way you approach the race, especially the first couple stints?
Not really. I mean, it's a huge field, obviously, of GT cars, and being at the sharp end is definitely good for the start. Try and stay out of trouble. But as this type of racing is super exciting, as we know, lots of safety cars, lots of yellows, and so things will mix up quite quickly. So I don't expect it to have big influence. It's just nice at the beginning of the race to be more at the front. And we always knew, as it was last year, that you're mixing it with the GTDs, and so that was to be expected.
Thank you. Additional questions? Okay, guys, congratulations. Best of luck next weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.